The question is, can black people be racist? Black people can surely be racist. Any group of people can be racist. And so I wanted to go ahead and make a video kind of like breaking this down. I know earlier on there was this idea and belief that black people cannot be racist, okay? Because black people are not in the economic position to do so. But that's nonsense, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and share a few. But before I get into it, first and foremost, it's important to know that there is a difference between racism, bigotry, and bias. I plan on doing videos on bigotry and bias as well. This is going to really focus around racism, but there is a difference. And it's important that you know that, especially if you're somebody out here that claims that you want to do something about addressing it. All right, if there's anything that you can do. You know, it's important to understand it because, you know, if you're accusing somebody of something that they didn't do, you're not going to be successful at all if there's a chance of really making any change, okay? But just getting into it, giving some examples, have your listening cap on, put your brain before your feelings. Giving an example, let's say we got a black person. This black person owns a business, all right? And one of their goals is to use their business to help economically empower the black community. All right, they've decided that the way that they're going to go about it, the first effort that they're going to make is the most common effort. They want to try to hire black people, okay? Give them some jobs that will give them more access out here. So they'll go to different places. They'll be more likely to recruit in places where you're likely to have black people, black professionals. They'll recruit, if they can, you know, some black colleges or something. Colleges where a lot more black people frequent. They go there. They might even do some job fairs in some urban areas and things of that nature. Work with some of those type of employment groups that are helping so-called minorities, typically what they label it. They'll do all of that, okay? And they'll come up on a number of candidates. A lot of them will be so-called black, but they will also have other groups of people as well, all right? And what they'll discover is that they got black people that are qualified, and they got various different other people that are qualified, okay? Now, of course, because that black person who owns a business, one of their goals, okay, is to use their business to economically empower the black community. You know, the black people with the skills, a great majority of them are more likely to secure the positions, okay? That is racism, okay? If a black person goes about it that way, that's a form of racism, all right? And to a great extent, that's not a problem, okay? When you are a business owner and you want to use your business to help economically empower your community, you're likely to do that, okay? You know, you're likely to do that. And like I say, man, realistically speaking, you got to expect businesses and stuff like that to be more about that than anything else, especially when you get up to some of the more lucrative, influential roles, I guess you say. Lack of words right now, y'all. Like the CEO and, you know, the directors and things of that nature. Okay? And so you're likely to see that now. I'm giving these basic examples for the sake of the video. Okay, there are gray areas, there are details, but I'm just giving y'all straight examples. Now, a example of unethical racism. Let's say we got that same black business owner that owns the business. They want to use their business to economically empower the black community. And the first effort that they make is to employ black people. All right. But let's say that they recruit, do the same thing, but they're missing the mark. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about black candidates, they're getting black candidates, and some of them might be okay for some of the roles, but some of the more opportune, lucrative roles, they can't find the black people that have the strong skill sets, okay, to be trusted in the position. However, they continue to come across various different other groups of people who do qualify for the position. I mean, they got white, they got a few Hispanic, they got Indian, and they're checking off on the boxes, okay? Interviews even went well and things like that, but that black person says, man, I know that we got some strong candidates, okay, outside of our community. We're interviewing them. They meet all the skills, they meet the criteria and things like that. But because my goal is to economically empower the black community, use my business to do so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the black candidates that are not as qualified. All right, they're missing a number of skill sets. I'm going to get one of them, all right, and I'm just going to try to train them up, okay, on the things that these other groups of people do have, all right, and just go from there, all right. That will allow me to continue to stay fast on my goal, which is use my business to economically empower the black community by way of hiring black employees first. That's unethical racism. And the reason why is because the black person does not qualify. They don't have the skills. But there are people out here that do have the skills, okay, that can get the job done, all right? But the black person decides to still pass on them because they ain't part of the group, okay? Now, with that said, you can apply that to any group of people, okay? Any group can be racist, okay? You can apply that to any group of people, but with that said, yes, black people can be racist, man. All right, this idea that black people can't be racist, it doesn't make sense. But I got to keep it real. There was a time where I kind of like believe that. All right, but when you kind of like think about it, and you grow a little bit, all right, you start to see that no, black people can definitely be racist. All right. And again, there's no problem with racism. It's unethical racism. All right, like I said, in the name of that dude, David Banner, black people need to be more racist. Okay? But I just wanted to go ahead and break that down here. I'll be doing other videos on bias and bigotry. I actually got the video of bias already created. All right, but I wanted to drop this here. I thought it was an important video.